Following their emphatic 2-0 win over Chorley on Thursday evening, the Brakes find themselves 5 points clear of the relegation places with 2 games remaining, and with their superior goal difference over many of the teams at the foot of the table, a point here at Bootham Crescent will virtually guarantee that Leamington will be playing in the National League North next season. They face a York City side who have struggled to find form of late, and by losing 4 on the bounce and with no win in 5, City have slipped out the playoff places in recent weeks. 3 changes to the side that suffered a 1-0 defeat away to the FC United of Manchester on Tuesday, as James Gray, Johnny Byrne and Connor Smith drop to the bench for Connor Brown, Alex Kempster and Aidan Connolly, who come back into the side. In his pre-match programme notes, manager Martin Gray said that he wanted to give the York fans something to go home happy about. I'm sure nothing less than 3 points will fulfil that wish. The Brakes named 2 changes as Joe Magunda comes into midfield for Joe Clark, and Ahmed Obeng gets the nod in front of Matt Dodd as they look to capitalise on Thursday's performance. 2 late goals from Junior English and Liam Canavan salvaged a point for the Brakes when these 2 sides met earlier in the season at the Phillips 66 Community Stadium. And with both sides with jobs to do at either end of the table, it's all to play for here. The English with this throw in then. The corner flag on the right hand side. It's in towards the towering figure of Jack Edwards. Ben Shrift got there first. Here's Moke. Just clear up here. Well won by Magunda. Here's Alex Kempster to come away for City now. But he can't quite find Connor Brown, and Obeng come away here. Here's Edwards in the centre circle. Finds the ball back to Ahmed Obeng. It's looking promising for the Brakes. Obeng goes down and wins the free kick from Hamza Ben Sharif. Very slippery figure of Ahmed Obeng, as Joe Magunda said to us a few weeks ago, he can make anything look like a foul, can the Leamington winger. Looks to be about 25-30 yards from goal here. It's dead centre. Dunbar then for the Brakes. Just couldn't get the dip that he was looking for, the youngster. Touched inside to Obeng. Does well to wriggle out with a few challenges there, does Ahmed Obeng. And Doha give chase with Daniel Parslow for this. And Doha win the ball here. Here's Dunbar. Finds Obeng. Still alive here for Leamington. Dunbar with the shot, it's blocked. Obeng forced wide here. Can't find a way past Parslow, but he'll win the corner. Junior English then up towards Edwards once again. Ben Sharif beats the Leamington midfielder to that. Here's English. Hoisted ball into the area. Could be awkward here for York. Here's Obeng. And Doe sets Gittins. It's a comfortable save for Adam Bartlett in the end. Here's Heslop. Turns away from Dunbar and finds Daniel Parslow. Here's Connor Brown. Aidan Connolly. Brown once again. York enjoying plenty of possession, but just haven't been able to break the deadlock here. But here comes Connor Brown. Aidan Connolly on the right hand side. Ball back in towards Brown. Gets the ball into the area. It's a slice clearance by English, and Dunbar will clear out towards Ndo. Parslow will get there first. There's Ahmed Obeng. Ndo. Excellent play there by Daniel Ndo. Just let the ball roll across him. And drew Daniel Parslow into the foul. Conley nicks the ball back down the midfield. He's Aidan Conley now. Conley! It's a great save by Tony Breeden, diving to his right hand side. It was a miscommunication in the centre by Leamington. Allowed Conley to break free. Assessed his options, cut inside, and found a shot towards the bottom corner, but Breeden with a fantastic save to his right hand side. Law with the corner kick then. It's deep this time. It was Sean Newton with the header, just couldn't really get a hold of it, and it ended up skimming off his head rather than making full contact. Couldn't quite direct it, and it's gone out for a Leamington goal kick. 10 minutes plus stoppage time left in this first half. Here's Moke on the edge of the area. English with an acrobatic clearance. It was Heslop with the drive. Here's Conley. Heslop with a floated ball in. Comes out to Moke. As Newton is blocked on the line by James Mace. Well. Goodger then. Out towards Edwards. He's dragged down by Simon Heslop, and it'll be a free kick to Leamington in a dangerous position here. It'll be Callum Gittins then to deliver. The bodies are in there. Magunda, Edwards, English is looming. It'll be Gittins then. It's gone all the way through and it's in! And Leamington take a vital 1-0 lead here. And it was Alex Kempster who diverted the ball into his own net, past his goalkeeper Adam Bartlett. And the Breaks take a 1-0 lead on the strike of half time. Well, that's come against the run of play. It was York City testing Tony Breeden all half. And from one free kick, Leamington take a 1-0 lead as we head into half time here. Back to Parslow. He'll loft the ball to the back post in towards Conley. Obeng does well to win the header, but York City aren't done. Here's Connor Brown. Turns away from one challenge and another. Connor Brown went for glory. Connor Brown sliced the shot. He had options left. Did the right back, but he saw the headlines. Didn't quite catch the shot the way he wanted to. Parslow with the lofted ball. It's in towards Benchref. He wins the header into the centre. Here's Sean Newton. Conley, faced by Junior English. Aidan Conley inside now. Here's Josh Law. Shapes to shoot. Couldn't keep down the effort. But Leamington once again forcing York City to long-range efforts. Tony Breeden will take those all day. And Brown with the acrobatic clearance. Newton a challenge with Hood and win the header is Kempster. It's in towards Conley. Conley's in here! Comes out to Newton! Who smashes it home for York City. There's the equaliser they were seeking in the second half. And York City will now look to kick on and get all 3 points. But with Gainsborough winning by 2-0, Leamington need at least a point here to maintain their National League North status. It's York City 1, Leamington 1. Here is the substitute Connor Byrne. It's Connor Smith. Here's left back into the area. It was David Ferguson arriving. No one picked him up for Leamington. And managed to get a shot away, but he was never over the shot, and it was always rising. Dunbar with a bit of space in front of him to turn into. Dunbar now making tracks down the left-hand side, faced by Daniel Parslow. Still Dunbar. Back heel to Ahmed Obeng. Obeng twisting this way and that. Here's Dunbar once again. Still Dunbar. Tried to find Gittins, but it's a poor pass, and Conley can bring us away. Finds Moke for York City over the halfway line. Here come York. Red shirts flood forward. Moke still into the area. There's the substitute, Connor Smith, with a cheeky effort with the outside of the boot, but it was straight at Tony Breeden. I think anywhere else, we would have seen the net nestling there. Benchref. It's a floated ball in towards Newton. He'll win the flick. Here's Moke, faced by Connor Goodger on the right hand side. Moke now finds a ball into the area. Gittins. Newton! It's quite a tame effort in the end, straight at Tony Breeden. Here's Moke. Moke for York City. Driving inside. They need a winner here to keep their playoff hopes alive, York City. Here's Conley. Moke retains possession here. Moke! Breeden with the save. There's Newton! And could that be the goal that gives York City a playoff place in the National League North? It was Moke with the shot. The ball came back to Sean Newton, who made no mistake and headed home from Tony Breeden's parry. And it's York City 2, Leamington 1, and the home side have turned this game on its head here. Tony Breeden then. Up the field towards Curtis Revan. Here's Liam Canavan. Dunbar, Canavan. Revan back in towards Canavan. Here's the substitute now. Into the area. There's Dodd! And Matt Dodd has rescued a point for Leamington. And that point may just keep them in the National League North and guarantee their safety here. Well, what a header it was from Matt Dodd. Didn't even look at the goal. He knew exactly where to put it. Let it skim off his head and it went into the bottom corner. And the Leamington fans behind that goal in absolute bedlam. It's York City 2, Leamington 2. And while it's euphoria for Leamington, it might just be playoff heartbreak for York City. There's a full-time whistle, and Leamington have salvaged a point here that means they will be playing National League North football next year. They took the lead through an Alex Kempster own goal on 42 minutes before Sean Newton struck back on 54 just after the break. York then took the lead through their captain Sean Newton after a Tony Breeden parry, but it was that man Matt Dodd in added time who glanced the header past Adam Bartlett, and it's finished here. York City 2, Leamington 2. So Paul, a point that means Leamington will be playing football in the National League North next season. Just give us your thoughts.
Well, obviously delighted, really. I mean, it's. Listen, as the day went on unfolded, it sort of things out of our hands sort of started going our way. But obviously, start the second half when all the results are sort of going against us, and they equalise. You start thinking, and then obviously they go 2-1 up. But listen, I've said it before that I have to sort of get every sort of last drop out of these boys for us to keep competing at this level. And sometimes you think you've sort of got as much as you can out of them, and they go and do that for you. So I think after Thursday night, it was such a hard physical game, for us to go again against a side like this in these conditions again, and to keep going, and then to get a 90th minute whatever equaliser again, probably just it sums it all up. Really. You haven't got to say a lot because it's evident, isn't it, that the way we ground that result out Thursday, and then to come here after the effort Thursday, the travel and everything and the conditions to. I thought second half I was really pleased with second half. I thought first half it was a bit edgy and flat, but second half we a bit more composure and we were better on the counter. We looked after the ball better. So no, listen, it was good following as well here today. So it was it's another really good day for us.
And Liam Canavan linking up with Matt Dodd for the equaliser. Are you taking credit for that as 2 substitutions from your half?
I think you might get it on camera. I'll just give Matthew a little telling off, shall we say? Listen, the game was opening up, and on the ball, creatively, passing range. Liam's the best at the club. There's been different reasons this season why there's some reasons out of his control with 1 or 2 injuries, and there's some reasons where as a footballer he's got to do better, but he's got so much ability, and you just seen that little 10-15 minutes there again, same as last week we come on. He's got so many tools, that he's a player that could play higher, but like you say, come on, and he settled us down really, and we passed the ball well, and obviously it was a good move, and it was a great cross, and obviously Matt is shutting the back door, which is what he's meant to do, and now great, like you say, the 2 subs, but it's fresh legs as well, that, just give us a bit more impetus as well. So now listen, it was a great moment.
And obviously Salford were crowned champions today. You face them next week. With Leamington safe and now Salford champions, are you looking to next week as a sort of a celebration, or is it business as usual?
No, I think, of course it is. I think we've both set out, both clubs have got sort of different targets, and we both achieved them. Listen, obviously, massive congratulations to them. It's been a tough old league this year, and regardless of people might talk about resources or whatever, listen, they've signed good players. They've, over the 40 odd games, they've been the best team, and and good luck to them. And you feel a bit for Harrogate because they're another good club as well, but that's the nature of the beast. As for us, again, like you say, we know coming in here it was a big step for us. This league is as competitive. I'm not saying it's a better league than, because it's always been a good league, but all the way down the league, this is as good as I've known it. It's right down to the bottom. Teams are as good players, good teams. Whereas years gone by, you might get 10 good sides, and you'd always be the few gimmies, but there's no gimmies now. So, and I think the biggest compliment I can pay the change room is, listen, we really struggled to start with, being bottom of the league in September, losing 6-7 on the bounce is not a nice place to be, and especially when you're running one of the smaller clubs in the league. So you've got to, as a manager, you've got to find a way. So we found a way.